I have to. Hey, it's before noon. Okay, give me a break. I got to do the. I have to. I have to think of my girlish figure, don't I? All right. Do we have sound? Do we have sound? Question mark. Must be an Army thing because Navy taught us. Oh, please. Well, no, I'm saying what I'm saying to them. So we have sound? All right. So now, when I navigate away from Face Tube Book and I start on Google, the frame rate is still 30 frames per second. So I don't know what to say about that. I could turn the res down a bit, and that might help us. Can't do it. Can't do it while we are broadcasting. Okay. All right, so let's see. So you see, okay, there's my cursor. So I'm capturing that part of the screen. Got it. Okay. Which is that one over here. That dude right there. That is a civilian airport. Very plush, by the way. Very. It's a lovely airport. I recommend it. Al Udeid is where 90% of the anti-ISIS airstrikes are coming from. And it's a partial American and Qatari airbase. It was kind of their money and our money. You see here on the ground you see RC-135 rivet joint aircraft right there. We got a couple of P3s. This is from December 16th, 2016. A couple of P3s there. A couple of KC-135 air tankers. A couple of AC-130s there for the counter-ISIS mission. More KC-135 air tankers there. A whole bunch of KC-135s. Still the workhorse. Some U.S. government. I forget what they designated those. Those are not Gulfstreams. Those are Lears, I believe. And let's go over here and see what else we got. More. Now we got B-52s here, also part of the anti-ISIS deal. So that's Al Udeid, and it is, as you might imagine, a amazingly crucial airbase for the ISIS counter-ISIS effort. All of this stuff around it here, this is all, the admin, the intelligence targeting, the whole thing. Base housing, that sort of thing, that's over here. Really plush. Civilian housing, track, the chow halls right there, the DFAC, as it's called. The dining facility, or Defense Food Acquisition Center, as we always said. But this beats the living shit out of Khobar Towers, regular troop-carrying C-130s, because they're parked with the C-17s. The combat aircraft, the AC-130s are up here. The darker C-130s, the ACs, those park here with the other combat aircraft. These here, the RC-135s, the rivet joints. they're an outgrowth of the Gulf War era JSTARS, the Joint Surveillance Tracking and letter R, whatever the R, I forget what the R was, but JSTARS was a really amazing system that could see laterally with radar hundreds of miles inside of Iraq, and it could delineate a truck from a car, and all this stuff is really, really amazing. And we've actually gotten better than that, because that capability in 1991 was the tits. Now it's like the Pam Anderson tits. And I say that because I noticed on the analytics that I had an 86% male audience last night as I was sitting around watching the Warriors choke. So anyway, and then down south here, you're not supposed to do this. Don't tell anyone. All right? Don't anyone say anything, but we train the Free Syrian Army down here in southern Qatar. We train them at a TOW missile range down here. This is where we take these dudes out of Syria and we fly them to southern Qatar and train them down there. Now, that doesn't change the fact that Qatar has been funding ISIS. We know that. They basically did it, like 5 years ago. Hang on a second, would you? And so they've been training ISIS down there. Pardon me, training the FSA, the Free Syrian Army, down there. And but in the meantime, the Emirates here, Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and then of course Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, cut off Qatar because they got a green light from Trump to do it, and accusing him of funding the Muslim Brotherhood, and et cetera. Bahrain is a different fish. Bahrain is an independent country and all that, except for all intents and purposes, it is a province of Saudi Arabia, because during the Arab Spring, the Saudis took their army across the causeway. This is called the causeway here. And as the emir of Bahrain was trying to get his shit together, dealing with a Shia insurgency that is facilitated by Iran, and after all, why wouldn't it be? Because look, let's measure it. Iran is 142 miles as the crow flies from Bahrain, right? So for the Iranians, it's a pretty simple matter of getting whether it's fishing boats or commercial boats, whatever, but they can hide arms and things like that to make it look like a regular commercial shipment into Bahrain. And the Bahrainis have had it with that. Bahrain is the closest thing, as they say, to a de facto province of Saudi Arabia. And so a fight would look pretty one-sided right now. That's why as we speak, the Qatari foreign minister is in Moscow, where he made the statement that he wants closer relations with Iran. He didn't say we're going to break off relations with Iran. That was, of the 8 demands that the Gulf states made against Qatar, number 1 was cut off relations with Iran. Number 2 was shut down Al Jazeera. That's like I said on Connect Pal, that is how passionate they feel about that Al Jazeera is is just a nest of spies. So let's zoom in on Al Jazeera. The Al Jazeera media network is right there. And if there were Saudi airstrikes into Qatar, to be dead honest with you, this would be their target. In all likelihood, they would call ahead and maybe not get, the lunchroom, but they would definitely get this facility right here. This is the uplink. This is the whole worldwide satellite uplink right there. So this would be a temporary solution, because the deal is Al Jazeera would be back up and running within a few hours. This is just a facility. These satellites and all this, they're replaceable. But the studios and all that are over here, and they're not going to kill civilians, civilian journalists. Even Saudi Arabia probably would not do that. But make no mistake, the Saudis consider this a big deal, and a big part of why they are really pissed off at Qatar. The Qataris are sort of late to the game on this whole super duper luxury man-made island resort thing. They're trying. They're certainly trying. They're not even close to the Emirates. though. The Emirates really are the gold standard for the man-made islands. And I'll show you, if you've never seen this, I'll show you what the Emirates have done. First of all, here's the palm tree, the palm Jebel Ali. We zoom in, and you're wondering, oh wow, is that like a horseshoe crab skeleton, or what is it? It's supposed to be a palm tree. You zoom in, and they're still making this island here. This is a bigger version of one up the coast. These are all going to be residences, like this one here. This one is all sold out. It's all built in. I actually know a guy who is a private military contractor that lives out on one of these. Everyone has a beach, and these houses go for they start at $5 million. So let me zoom out so you can just figure the commute here. You drive into the central stalk of the palm. You got a marina there, but look at all those houses. Isn't that amazing? It makes like Playa del Rey look like bumfuck Florida. And then of course you got your resorts, and of course there's helicopter parking. What is that? Private helicopter parking? Yep. So it is pretty astounding. Then of course the Atlantis. Yep. And then there's another set of man-made islands just next to it. And can you see what this is? Let me rotate it a little bit so you can see. See, it's the world. There's South America, Antarctica, North America, Canada, Africa, Europe, India, and Russia. So these islands are supposed to look like the world, and there's Australia. But these are hyper luxury. Just really astounding. Oh, who wants to live on Palestine Island? Who wants to get a house on Iran Island? But yeah, these are going to be super hyper luxury. Can you imagine? It's like the Chinese, building up their islands. So anyway, it's pretty astounding. And that's the lay of the land. That's how it works in the Emirates. Really a very very westernized place, by the way. Let's check out. Of course, the world's tallest building is right here, Burj Al Khalifa, and it's right there. There's that baby, the Burj. Yeah, there are many American private military contractor types that live in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The governments here are extremely friendly to Americans that want to come there and do that sort of thing based out of their country. So it does a couple things. It provides a direct line to very, very capable military people. And as part of their deal with living there, and they won't say this out loud, but part of their deal of living there is that they do advise the Emirates military, which is extremely professional. It's career professional guys, and they're very well equipped. They and the Saudis are extremely well equipped. Qatar, really kind of a down year for them. They really picked the wrong year to be fucking up. They should have maybe calmed down that whole funding of the Muslim Brotherhood shit for a couple months until a couple years until they got their new Dassault Rafale fighters. So anyway, that's where we are, and the main purpose of this is I'm sitting here trying to make sure that what we can do is a live YouTube feed. And also, by the way, I need to hit 10,000 views, and then YouTube will start pushing this. And this, by the way, when I do this, or when I'm just doing like a bullshitting talk thing, none of this is ever going to cost anything. This is part of the reason that I like the YouTube here is because when I do this, you will see banner ads. That's the way YouTube works, right? And you know what you do? You click out of them. So that's how that works. There's also a thing called a super chat. We'll get into that when YouTube reviews the channel. And I have to watch it, by the way, because YouTube, it's kind of bullshit how they do this. Like if I start talking about guns or whatever, or I start comparing 300 Blackout to 5.56, which I could do. Should I do that? Anyway, you've seen those rounds. It's like the same case, but a 30 caliber bullet in a 5.56 round. So anyway, this is experiment number 2, and I think we all agree it went a little better, didn't it? Went a little better than last night. So I think we're good. I think I'm ready. If terrorism strikes, then I'll tweet out an alert, and I can give you the general map recon of everything. And yeah. Now I'm just looking for. Okay. Now I go back to the YouTube page, or what do I do? Now I go back to the YouTube page, and I stop the stream? What do I do? What in the hell do I do? 18 minutes 48. Okay. All right. Well, you 25 that have been watching, thank you very much. And I don't want to waste your time, so that's why I actually had to give you some content there. But